more great action coming up. Introducing first, in the corner to my left, he is one half of the Miami Vice from Miami, Florida. At 230 pounds, Candyman Eddie Roberts. And our other combatant from Russia, weighing in at 250 pounds, Chris Markoff. One fall, 25-minute time limit.
What a match this is going to be, ladies and gentlemen. One half of the Miami Vice, the Candyman, Eddie Roberts, in the ring with one of the real rough, tough veterans in all wrestling, the Russian Chris Markoff.
You know, Mick, this could very well be a main event anywhere in the country. A veteran like Chris Markoff in there against young, talented Eddie Roberts.
Chris Markoff has been around the world many, many times. He has held major championships in virtually every corner of the globe. And right now, he is working on Eddie Roberts. Eddie with a clubbing forearm. And Markoff a little stunned. They lock up. Markoff into a top wrist lock and a yank of the hair. Down to the mat goes Eddie Roberts.
There was no hair there.
I beg your pardon?
Said there was no hair there. He just grabbed him by the arm and dragged him down. Sheer strength move. The Russians are pretty strong people, you know.
Well, if you'll pardon me, there was hair there, and I'm an Eddie Roberts fan. I like this young man. I think he's got a great future in this business. I'd like nothing better than to see him take care of a veteran like Chris Markoff. It'd be a notch in his belt, Rig.
I'll give Eddie Roberts a little bit of credit. That's it, just a little bit. He's all right. He's tough, but he ain't tough enough. He couldn't take on the Terminators now, could he?
Well, you know better than that, Rig. He's taken you on many, many times, and he's more than held his own. Chris Markoff in there right now working on the arm of Eddie Roberts. And the yank of the hair. Now, the referee should have caught that. It basically was right in front of them there, but Markoff denying it, telling the fans to shut up.
The referee didn't catch it because it didn't happen.
Chris Markoff is a veteran, Mick. He knows how to use this rule book to his advantage. Good move by Eddie Roberts. Twist it off, Eddie.
He's making a wishing bone out of Mr. Markoff, and there goes the hamstring. And again down to the mat goes Chris Markoff, but oh! He's got his legs going north and south right now. And again, another hamstring move, and Markoff, the Russian, is in big, big trouble as one half of the Miami Vice, Eddie Roberts, continues to work on the legs.
Now look at that. Now he should have broke, but he didn't break clean now, did he? Now the referee ought to make him break the hold altogether.
Let me ask you something. Would Chris Markoff break when the referee told him to?
Of course he would.
I bet he would.
Well, Mr. Terminator, we definitely see things quite differently. There's no point getting frustrated with you anymore. It just doesn't work. Markoff unloading the heavy Russian artillery right above our microphone now. And Eddie Roberts goes sailing. Oh, he hit that concrete with a butt. What's so funny?
I couldn't have him to a nicer guy.
You're a sick individual. Chris Markoff raising his hand in victory. Very, very premature, obviously. He won't let Eddie Roberts back in the ring. Fans, we want to remind you, September 24th, Winnipeg Arena. Tremendous wrestling card. Tickets available at all select-to-seat locations. And September 25th at the Keystone Center in Brandon. Tickets available at the Keystone Center box office. Make sure you see these wrestling stars when they appear in your area, the very best in professional wrestling.
Look at that strength move, huh?
It was a tremendous suplex by Chris Markoff. No getting around that, but Eddie Roberts still has enough left.
Don't count this young man out, Mick. He's not done yet.
Never. Back body
looks
drop.
like he's done to me.
Markoff in temporary control. I don't necessarily think that means that Eddie Roberts is done, Mr. Terminator. Far from it.
He looks done to me. He looks tired. He looks withdrawn. After the beating that we gave him, I don't blame him, though.
Who's your optometrist?
Well, can't you see? You're the one that wears glasses, 4 eyes.
All in the eyes of the beholder.
Yeah, you just happen to have 4 of them.
Look at the referee now. He's telling Markoff to break.
He didn't tell him to break.
Obviously, you hear differently than we do, too.
Oh, you're probably older than I am. You guys are going deaf.
Markoff in for the ride. Eddie Robertson on top of him. This would be a real feather in the cap of Eddie Roberts if he could upend the superstar from the Soviet Union. Tremendous forearm. Across the ring goes Markoff, and look at this now. Markoff asking for some timeout, a little begging for forgiveness action. Body slam. Roberts in for the cover in just a count of 1.
Do you know what a pin over Chris Markoff would do for the career of Eddie Roberts?
What?
Put him right in line for some major attractions around the world.
Yeah, like maybe wrestling one of the Terminators in a single match.
I think you'd have your hands full with
I don't
him.
think Roberts is ready for that yet.
Oh!
That was just wonderful.
Right in the midsection. Right in the midsection. Eddie Roberts doubles over and Chris Markoff.
That Russian's a far better athlete than Roberts will ever be, even at his age.
Questionable again. Questionable again. In for the count, just a count of 1. It takes more than that to do in Chris Markoff. Oh! Roberts attempting more or less a mule kick there. He missed. Markoff now unloading with the hammer to the back of Eddie Roberts. Roberts firing back now. These two...
That was a close fist he threw there.
Oh, please. If anybody would recognize a close fist, I guess it would be you. Markoff backpedaling right above the microphone, and now Eddie Roberts.
Yeah, that ain't right, huh? Close fist.
Wait a minute. Wait just a minute, ladies and gentlemen.
What do you call this?
What do I call
What do you call this?
Crusher. What is he doing in the ring?
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
What is he doing in the ring? The Russian Crusher, Chris Markoff with a double clothesline on Eddie Roberts.
You see what happened? You saw Roberts was cheating. The Russian came in to point it out. The referee didn't pay attention. The referee wasn't paying attention to what the Russian Crusher was saying, so the Russian took things in his own hands.
Well, you saw what it did for Chris Markoff. It got him disqualified. Eddie Roberts, your winner.
Yeah. In your eyes, he's a winner. He ain't no winner. Hey, he was laying on the ground, wasn't he?
What match are you watching?
Fans, get out your wrestling calendar. Fans, get out your wrestling calendar and mark down these dates. September 25th, the Brandon Keystone Center. Tickets for that big one available at the Keystone Center box office. Then September 26th, the PA MBCI School Auditorium. Tickets in advance for that one at the Clean Right Cleaners and the Firefighters Association. And then the 27th, Swan River at the Swan River Centennial Arena. Tickets for that one available, Swan River Friendship Center. And then the real big one, September 24th, Winnipeg Arena. We heard from the High Rollers a little bit earlier, and now their opponents that night, the Awesome Crusher.
Why don't you just listen? Because the people, they're lucky. Me and my partner, the Russians, to be here in Canada. But now, we are here for one reason. And you know, the Russians are winning all the gold medals. Now, for me and my partner, will be another victory right here in Canada. And you Canadians, don't you forget it. Come in there, as you say, Russia's the #1. Bring in the Russian flag. Get up. Give it a salute. Because the Russians is coming. And I'm going to bury one by one.
Russian Crusher, I can't help but notice your manager, Eddie Sharkey, not present.
Don't you? Just you listen. When the Russians talk, everybody listen. And you listen what I'm going to say to you. And people, don't you forget the two names. The Russians, they're here. They're coming.
Well, fans, as ready as the High Rollers are, I wouldn't want to be in their boots that night against the Russian Crusher and Chris Markoff. That's the Winnipeg Arena. Tickets available at the select seat locations. Be sure and get yours early.